Howdy, Smokin'. How you doing today? Welcome. Hope you're having a good one. Just give me a minute here. We'll get started soon. I have a little bit more of a chill stream today. I'm not feeling too great, so... Let's get through all the people's points from last week, shall we? I think there's still some here. Looks like we have a couple people here with some skill points too. Hopefully they'll cash those in, because those can change the game up significantly. Illusionati's got 4. Urk got 1. Looking 2. Destructo 1. And Smokin', let's get you added for some free spin. Drop kick to the back. Yeah, just frickin' end it for good. Kick the back out, baby. Kick the baby. Don't kick the baby. All right, Illusionati with the 4. Let's get that going. Now, if I was Illusionati, a forward center, where would I want my 4 points? I mean, he could use some free throw points. Probably help. What's inside game? I'm wondering. I mean, dribbling and passing are always important. Let's just put some into that. Let's do 4 into passing. That should help significantly for making plays. Tyler Erks or Erkelstein, he only gets 1 point. We're also going to put that into dribbling. There you go. Let's see, just looking up next. Where is he? There he is. Two points. Boom, passing upgraded. Destructo, you're up next. Let's see what you can get for your little +1. Again, we're just going to keep working on passing. I think is the best idea there. Dusty, welcome. Good to see you. Come on in, sit right down, pull up a chair. Dusty, you've been added to the wheel with a little bit of a free spin there as well, my friend. All right, let's see what the brackets are going to look like here. Coming up first, we're going to have... Who's it going to be? Best friends forever. Versus... the A-Team. Bracket 2. It's looking like it's going to be the Shitters. Shitters versus... Looks like the Outcasts. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh. Shitters and Outcasts make a perfect team. Or pairing. All right, and the final two... Gonna be Swamp Stompers versus Heather. Welcome. Glad to see you. Let me get you added to the free spin. Dirty Mike and the boys. All right, there's our bracket for the day. Man, Dirty Mike and the boys, our team has been doing shite lately. We need to get some points on there. Before we get started, though, let me get you on the wheel, Heather. Audrey, welcome. Great to see you as well. Let's get you on the wheel, my friend. Always a treat when Audrey's in the chat. All right, I think we're about ready here, if I'm not mistaken. So let's run the title card and get into it. Here we go.
Welcome to Hoopland, where the legends get made. That was Shigley. Yeah, we run the game. Hey! Load up the bill, hit save. New drip, new hair, new wave. Tat sleeves, face paint, fangs. Whole squad looking D-range. Pick stats like a cheat code. Speed maxed up, green glow. Crowd go wild when the team loads. On the jumbotron, big pose. Had some kicks with the flames on. Name on the back, get your name known. From the farm to the fame zone, every tap on the screen, that's a milestone. We draft in the chat, that's the war room. Talk trash, drop gifts at the score soon. Devil horn logo on the boardroom. Every click feel close to the torch. Boom, it's that Hoopland Devil League anthem. Built by the people, we the ones that stamp them. You slam dunks, whole crowd go phantom. Blazing from deep, every shot we land them. Get hyped up for the tip off. Custom fits, custom skills, can't rip off. Non-stop runs, every play just lift off. Hoopland Devil League, we don't
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tournament Tuesday. I hope you guys are ready for a good one. We got our bracket here set up and ready to go. So without further ado, let's get into it. Actually, maybe a little bit of ado, because Frosted's here, and we're going to add you to the wheel as well. Frosted, let's get you on there. All right, up first, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the Best Friends Forever versus the A-Team. Classic pairing, and if I've ever seen one. Let's get our votes in for that. Who do you guys think is going to win the upcoming match? Let us know. Ooh, Carlos is excited for this one. Good old Carlito. Shecky, can you please fill my water for me, sweetie?
Yeah.
When you have a moment? Thank you. Carlos, can you give Mommy a minute?
Nope. I cannot.
Back the fuck up off her, homie. That's my girl. You talking to my girl? Huh? You looking at my girl? You talking to my girl? How much you lift, bro? Hey, Carlos, how much you lift? What are you squatting, bro? Start puffing my chest up at the dog. Carlito with your cute little Mexican chulo hat, or what do they call them? Sombrero. What did I say? Chulo? Culo? Whatever. All right, BFFs versus A-Team. Let's get this shit going. All right, as you guys remember, last time we had a trade, and Daniel Villalba is now on the A-Team, so it should be interesting to see how he goes up against his former teammates and now rivals, the Best Friends Forever. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. All right, Chicago Best Friends Forever versus Portland A-Team. Let's start with the tip-off. Going on strong now. Veteran with control of the ball, heading down towards the three-point line and makes a break for the center. Mars tries to block, but unable to get in the way of that one. Oh, I love ice water. All right, Bunnuds now in control of the ball. Circles over to Huge Asshole with a three-point shot, and he sinks it. Putting up a frickin' beautiful shot from Albuquerque. All right, Veteran now trying to find an opening as he works his way in. Oh, look at the footwork. Unfortunately, his shot not that great. Bounces off the rim, and now Smoking. Over to Mars. Oh, Mars just dunking on Albert. Put him into the frickin' dirt. He squats 350. Mars in control of the ball now. Looking for an opening. Albert trying to block, unable to. Huge Asshole with the two. That's going to be an 18-foot jumper. Once again, Veteran in control of the ball here over to Albert. Can't find an opening, but sends it over to Villalba. Misses his first shot of the night. You know, that's uncharacteristic for Daniel. Mars over to Hugh. Hugh on fire, almost. Oh, that's going to put him on fire. Huge Asshole with 8 points so far this game. All right, Veteran waiting patiently over to Sam Palmer. Palmer with an elbow to Bunnuds. Just about put him on his ass there. All right. Smoking Mars. Mars Bunnuds. Bunnuds puts one up. You know, I was thinking you guys, well, I'll tell you after the game, but I have some ideas for more players. Bella with a hook shot. Not going to be good. Smoking now in control. Who's he going to pass it over to? Bunnuds. Bunnuds and Palmer this whole game have had kind of a back and forth battle. Battle of the elbows. Meanwhile, Huge Asshole over here just dunking threes like Oreo cookies. He looks to me like the type that doesn't peel the cookie in half before dunking either. Look at this. We're going to have a foul here. Looks like. All right, now Bella with the free throw. Is it good? It's good. Nothing but net. You're only a 2-star smoking? Yeah, you need to get some more upgrade points. All right, veteran now. Veteran showing signs of fatigue early on here. Oh, but he manages to pop up a 3. Beautiful shot right there. Smoking over to Jasfol again, but Jasfol not doing too well from inside the key here. He's mainly been focusing on those 3-pointers. Villalba with a nice layup, though. Keeping it moving, we're now 17-12 as we close out the first half of this game. 10 seconds to go. Bunuds over to Hugh, and there's another 3, securing a huge lead for the best friends forever so far in this matchup. Veteran with a long-awaited long popper. Not going to be enough to do it. And the A team trailing by 7 points here tonight's match. Or 8 points, sorry. BFF 20. All right, here we go. Bunuds waiting, smoking over. You know, if you're on the A team now, you got to be thinking hustle, hustle. We don't want to waste enough time. We've only got 3 minutes to not only tie, but try to take a lead here. It's like they've got their work cut out for them today. Albert trying to get in the way. Just smoking there. Doing a great job blocking so far this game. You know, really putting up a defensive show. All right, smoking down the center line. Runs into trouble with Veteran in the way. Now Mars trying to block as well. Smoking with the moves. Comes flying in with that beautiful footwork and does a massive slam. Ooh, Veteran with a little bit of a 3-point of his own. Seeing an action-packed second half here, ladies and gentlemen, with 2 minutes left in the period. Hugh trying to get in. Unfortunately, he can only get a layup. It's going to be good enough, though. Points are points, after all. Veteran with roughly 30% shot chance here. Villalba trying to work his way in. Structo Girl trying to block. Unfortunately, not going to be effective, and Villalba gets the point. All right, smoking. He's thinking, weighing out his options. Tries to push forward. See if he can get another nice slam dunk. Goes for the hook shot. Manages to secure it. We are now at 29-20 for the best friends forever. All right, Bella using some of that amazing dribbling skills. Over to Villalba with a fiery 3 from all the way downtown. And now we've got a smoking on Veteran situation once again. Over to Bunuds. Bunuds blocked by Palmer twice in a row. And now the turnover. Veteran waiting for his teammates to line up in a position. Palmer with that massive push. Bunuds gets launched. You know, we're starting to see this Palmer Bunuds drama play out live before us here tonight. Look at this footwork from Smokin'. Another hook shot, and it's good. You gotta love the tenacity. Just Smokin' is on fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. All right, Smokin', look at him, he's fucking cruising. Smokin' trying to pull something out of his ass here. Backs it up over to Hugh Jasfol with the 3. And it's good. It's a 34-25 so far, with the same amount on the clock remaining. Bella now weighing her options, trying to get in there. Unfortunately unable to. Over to Villalba. Villalba fucking sinks it in. Nothing but net. Beautiful shot. All right. Back over to Hugh for another 3. It's a 3 fest, ladies and gentlemen. Back and forth, 3. All right, Bella now running low on time. Got to make something happen here, Bella. Over to Villalba with another 3. And it's good. Pushing foul. Committed. Oh, and another one instantly. Well, that's going to be... look at that huge asshole with a beautiful frickin' free throw. ×2. The crowd is loving it. Look at them cheering. 38-31 with 9 seconds to go. It's not looking good. Bella stalling out the clock here. Over to Villalba with another three. Can this team... No, I was going to say, can this team make up for it, but not with this amount of free throws. Unfortunately, you're handing the game over to BFFs. You know, you see that a lot in these games. They get desperate near the end, and they start throwing out the spam. They start throwing a little more heavy on the elbows, and that's when we see these penalties. And that can just end your match for you right there. All right, 1.6 seconds on the clock. All the way over and with the three! Oh, it's a good shot, but it's not going to be enough. Chicago, 43 to Portland, 37. The BFFs take the victory. What a great matchup. Oh yeah, girl. BFF forever. Let me close that poll out and we'll start a new one for you guys. Great to see that you're doing well and having fun gardening and stuff, Audrey. I've seen some of the pictures of the stuff you guys have been posting in the Discord. Between you and Illusionati, man, you guys could start your own, like, greenhouse and it would be amazing. Anyways, yeah, I did want to mention, we have some extra players here that would like to be represented, or we don't have enough for teams yet. But I was thinking it would be good to have a few players on each team as kind of like extras, you know what I mean? So that you could trade them out if there's an injury or someone gets tired, etc. So we got JJ, Chinny, Pappy, Hippie Goat, Jugs, Big Sky, Wessie D, Estelle, Journey, Pinhead, to name a few, that we could easily put a few on each team here and give you guys a bit of an extra buffer for when you get, like I said, somebody might get injured, or maybe they just get tired and you guys want to call a timeout and get a new player in. That would make things a little more dynamic as well, and it would switch things up for the teams a bit, shaking them up a bit. So let me know what you guys think about that. I think that's a good idea, and plus it includes more of the audience, right? More of you guys in the community get to join. Speaking more people in the community joining, welcome Slingblade. It's good to see you. Let's get you a free spin on the wheel, Mr. Slingblade. And let's get our votes in for Shitters versus Outcasts coming up next. All right, now a quick wheel spin for Just Smokin'. Good luck, Just Smokin'. Here you go. Woo, Smokin' with a 4. All right, congratulations, Just Smokin'. Yeah, shit out. All right, let's get the next frickin' match going. All right, Shitters. Look, it's featuring Audrey. She's on the front cover right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Shitters versus the Outcasts for game 2. Here we go. Boulder Shitters and Jersey City Outcasts. We got Chris Rose, Frosted Fox, Zed Grabtoss, Mikkel. Look at that. We got ASAP Betty, Mitchard. All right, Frosted starting us off strong. Puts one up and over. Mikkel gets the layup. It's over to ASAP Betty now. Loving the haircut on Betty. Crazy afro. And look at it go with a hook shot. All right. Audrey over to Frosted. Frosted making his way up the court. ASAP trying to block. Over to Mikkel. You gotta love that haircut. The mustache, such style. Right, Kermie now. Just as cursed as this wrestler. Kermie is probably one of the most cursed players as well. Oh, but Kermit with the beautiful slam. Do not put him out. You know what? He may be an outcast, but he is one of the powerful ones. Mikkel with another nice layup there. So we go back over to ASAP Betty. Red Dragon puts one up. Over to Frosted Fox. Frosted looks for an opening. Over to Zed with a massive slam. Gravitas indeed. Gravity does not apply to this man. Came in like a freight train, and trust me, he knows all about trains. Audrey tries to block. Unfortunately, ASAP Betty stuffs it. Chris Rose manages to bully his way over through Fundland to get it in there. Betty over to Jedi. Jedi Dragon over to Funland. Funland to Mitchard. Mitchard puts it in from downtown. Beautiful shot. Here comes Zed again. All right. Jedi trying to find an opening. Unfortunately, Mikkel tries to block, but gets launched by Kermit. Kermit. Ribbit. Chris Rose now. You know, he's been really good lately on those key shots. He's getting those hooks and the jumps and layups. You know, he may not be a big scorer, but he's consistent, and that's what you need in a winning team. You need somebody consistently there to get those points, to drive it home, to give you the lead. You know, because these games end up very close unless, you know, Dirty Mike and the boys is in there. Wow, beautiful slam by Audrey. Loving the style, loving the grace, flying through the air, making it look fucking easy. I don't know what Jedi was thinking with that one, but that is going to be out of bounds. We have a reset. Here we go. Frosted driving forward. Waits for Audrey to get into position. Circles around. Unfortunately, ASAP Betty is on him like glue. Puts one up. Oh, and that's going to be another out of bounds. Second of the game so far. And the boulder shitters is always fun. Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, we're running out of time here. Frosted with a three. Oh, and he manages to secure it. Look at the replay on this one. Boom. And that's going to bring it to 15-13 for the Shitters. The second half of the game. Frosted so far top performer, as well as Mitchard. All right, over to ASAP Betty now. You know, you got to love this Outcasts green and black arena here. I think they did a really good job on that in their hometown arena. All right, Chris Rose, Frosted, working in tandem. Over to Zed with a beautiful dunk from halfway across the moon. Ran away with the fork and the spoon after that one. Nice hook shot by Jedi, but misses. And the ball is turned over now to Frosted, working his way up the center. Goes for the three. Easy three. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Frosted is on another tear. That's it. Whoa! ASAP now with the slam. And that's going to put ASAP on fire. We're starting to see a lot of smoke coming from a lot of players here. Things are definitely heating up. ASAP Betty on fire. Trying to find an opening. Circles around. Look at that footwork! Pushes it in, goes for the hook, and gets it. Timeout Boulder. All right, Frosted now waiting patiently. Over to Zed with another layup. And it's good. You know, Zed has been there point farming this whole time, just waiting in the wings. Always great to see Zed doing well. ASAP Betty now. Kind of stuck for it. Goes for the three. Wow! Makes it look easy. Unfortunately, the foot was over the line. That's going to be a 2-point shot. Not a three. Now we have the Shitters at 24. Outcast 19. We're Let's see these Outcasts do something here against the Shitters. Kermit over to Mitchard. Mitchard really trying to weasel his way in, but Zed Gravitas trying to stop him. Fortunately, he still manages to get off the hook shot, and that's going to be 7 points this game so far for Mitchard. Yeah, give it to Audrey. She's waiting for that 3 shot, man. He said, Betty, look at the speed! Wow! Boom! Just fucking runs up and slam dunks that shit. Right, over to Zed. Zed with the 22-foot shot. Unfortunately, not going to be going in. Jedi Dragon takes control of the ball, showing us some of that dribbling skills. Over to Funland. Jay Funland with a 3. No good, and it's tipped off. And now Control goes back over to the Shitters. Chris Rose making his way in. Funland tries to block, unable to. That's going to put Chris Rose on fire as well. Half of the players on this game are so far on fire. All right, we have a shot missed. Oh, that's going to be a pushing foul. We have a turnover here. Frosted open. Oh my God, no one there to block him. He just walks right in and fucking sits right down. Baby let his hair hang out. All right, over to Mitch. Whoa! Almost in. Funland is unfortunately going to be pushing foul. So Chris Rose, look at this shot. He must be feeling the pressure right now. The audience is going insane. Can he sink another one? This is for the Shitters. Boom! That brings him up to a 30-23 so far. Quite a demanding lead, if I do say so myself. Oh, here comes another 3 right at the fucking buzzer. And that's going to take it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shitters take the win. 30-26 over the Outcasts. Look at that player of the game tonight, Frosted Fox. All right, let's move the Shitters up in the category. All right, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Swamp Stompers versus Dirty Mike and the Boys. Fuck, Dirty Mike and the Boys is going to get their ass beat again. These Swamp Stompers are probably the best team in the league, besides Battle Breakfast. And, Dirty Mike and the Boys, almost arguably the worst. So we're about to see how this one plays out. You never know, though. Stranger things have happened. Swamp Stompers versus Dirty Mike and the Boys. All right. Looking good, looking good. In the meantime, let's have a quick word from our sponsors. Dusty, you're up next on the wheel. Good luck, friend. See what you get. Ooh, +3, Dusty. We'll do one more spin, why not? Heather, you're up next. Good luck on the Wheel of Steel. Heather with a nice +2. Now, I know it seems like you're not getting a lot of points here with these, but as you'll see when we start adding them onto the players, that you only have like 60 points to add or so, and then it caps out your player. And we don't want to have too much of an unbalance, right? Because it's not like wrestling where I'm just going to bring everybody up to try to make them equal. Like, I want each player in this to have, you either get the good stats or you don't, or you work on your skills or however, but it's going to be very asymmetrical this season. So with that being said, let's get into the next one. Swamp Stompers versus Dirty Mike and the Boys. Coming up now. All right, it looks like Dirty Mike and the boys are going to have the home team advantage. They're going to need it. I don't know why it never stays full screen. Anyways, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Green Bay Swamp Stompers versus Lexington Dirty Mike and the boys. All right, we're starting off strong with Dave over to Soggy Froggy. And of course she makes it look easy. Throws up a 3 like nothing. Sully Minjut making his way up. Sully looking for an opening. Dirty Mike trying to get in his way here. Unfortunately, he was looking for a pass he wasn't going to get, but the points still remain. Dave, one of the stronger forwards here, pushing it over to Illusionati with a nice hook shot. And Illusionati hooks it in for his first 2 points of the game. Sully looking for an opening, passes it over. Dirty Mike gets it in. Oh, 3 points from all the way downtown. Dave trying to make a play over here. Booze Machine pushes it in. Just elbowed Opie into the fucking ribs there. Opie Minjut over to Sully, of course. Sully to Opie. Classic pairing. Opie trying to get it in. Oh, and he manages to get the 8-foot jumper. It's going to be Opie's first 2 points of the game, and probably only 2 if I know Opie. All right, Tyler Irk now. Georgia Peach blocking. Actually, Georgia doing quite a good job here, running out the clock. As we're down to 8, 7. Almost ran out the shot clock there. Shot timer. Dirty Mike tries to put one in. It's too low. It bounces off the rim. Dave showing off some of that footwork. Over to Illusionati, who's really trying to get... Just knocks Dirty Mike on his ass. But it's still not enough because he missed the shot. Now Dirty Mike trying to take revenge on Illusionati. Over to Opie. Opie passes it to Georgia. Georgia with a layup, and it's good! It's looking a little iffy there for a moment, but Georgia managed to secure the victory shot. Illusionati with another nice hook shot. Unfortunately, that's off of the backboard. And Opie's going to pick up the rebound. Booze Machine trying to block Opie. Opie drives in. Oh, it was the most pathetic fucking shot on the planet. Watch Soggy Froggy. Show him how it's done. All right. Sully now. Back in control of the ball. Waits for an opening. Oh! Tuttle with the dunker. You know, we haven't seen much of Tuttle this game, but damn, what an exclamation point to add. Illusionati getting swarmed right now. As Sully takes control of the ball, heads back. We've got Dave blocking here. Over to Tuttle again. Tuttle with another nice layup. Wow, Tuttle's secret MVP? Question mark. Gone sexual? Over to Boozy. It's not going to work. Booze again with another shot. At least he got his own rebound. Oh, look at that. Raj from downtown. What a frickin' way to end the first half of the game with Green Bay 9 and Dirty Mike and the boys 16. What a turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we've seen Dirty Mike and the boys go through some hardships recently and a lot of shakeups and such, but they are looking like they're on point tonight's game. Georgia pops one in. It's looking good. Illusionati over to Dave now with the turnaround. Sully all over Dave. Dave looking for an opening. He's going to push. No, he backs up. And over to Soggy Froggy. It's always money when you pass it to the frog. All right, Sully now using that footwork. Over to Tuttle. Tuttle tries to shoot it. No good. Right, Dave picks up the rebound now. Over to Illusionati. Illusionati just bullying Mike. Dirty Mike over here. Just fucking launched him on his ass. Oh, Sully over to Georgia with a huge slam. Wow. Now Georgia is on fire. Tyler Irk manages to get around her, but that's going to be a shooting foul. Let's see the replay here. Oh, yeah, we can see that right there. Definitely shooting foul. All right. Tyler Irk. Oh, no good. Tyler might want to put a few points into his free throw game. Georgia Peach with the lay-in. Illusionati out here giving it his best tonight. Oh no! Dave almost got the ball stolen. The boost machine just standing there as Dave runs down the shot clock. Opie McGruff now heading down the court. Pathetic pass, but Tuttle still manages to get it. Tuttle versus Soggy Froggy. She's in the way and blocking, and it's a successful block. Dave now outrunning half of the team. Still manages to get the ball stolen by Georgia. Georgia is really on fire this game. Look at her go! Oh! Another brutal slam that brings it up to 10 points for her this game. And Swamp Stompers are getting frickin' stomped. Dave hits a 19-foot jumper. That's going to be Dave's first 2 points of the game. And now we have Tuttle teeing off. Once again, Soggy Froggy with that great defense. Not going to be enough, though, for that 21-foot jumper. All right, Opie McGruff now over to Sully Manjut. Sully Manjut over to Peach. Peach with another nice hook shot, but it's not going to go in this time as Tyler Erk takes the rebound. Tyler's showing signs of fatigue here, just dripping in sweat as he pushes his way in. Wow! Did you see that block from Sully? What the fuck was that? It was crazy. But it didn't matter because Soggy came following it up with a nice three. Oh, and an instant foul again. Jesus. All right, Tuttle, let's hope you have free throw skills. Yeah! Tuttle with another nice shot. Can you get this one? Oh, nothing but net on that second shot. We call a timeout here. Puts up a brick. Oh, look, we're getting fouls left and right here. 13 seconds to go. Sully misses. One more shot. Sully, can he get it? Oh, and that's going to be one more point. Adding an exclamation onto the end of this matchup. As we count down the last 5 seconds. Will we see any kind of comeback? I don't think so. Froggy blocked. Dirty Mike with the final shot. Oh, of course it's not going to go. But Georgia Peach takes MVP as Dirty Mike and the boys take a win for, I think, their first win ever with 30-23 against the Green Bay Swamp Stompers. Congratulations, Dirty Mike and the boys. And that's going to bring Dirty Mike and the boys one step closer to a tournament victory, maybe their first ever. Coming up next, we've got New World Order versus Battle Breakfast coming up next. Let's get our votes in on that one. All right, ladies and gents, go ahead and get your votes in on that one, and let's see if we have any more spins. We do, in fact. We have Audrey coming up next. Good luck on your spin on the Wheel of Steel, Audrey. I hope you get something good. Here we go. +2, Audrey. And speaking of a shitter, here's a true shitter through and through. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Frosted Fox. Good luck on your spin of the wheel, Frosted. Frosted gets a 1. Couldn't it be any worse than Illusionati's Curse of the Wheel last season? Oh, man. Illusionati would just get screwed over every single time on the wheel. I think he's finally lost that curse, though. All right, we're gonna save the next one for after the match, because we got Battle Breakfast versus New World Order coming up now. These two teams have very similar styles and colors. Very different players, though. So we're about to see how this stacks up. Let's begin. Columbus Battle Breakfast versus Rockford New World Order. All right, starting off strong, we got the mullet man himself, Weagle, over to John Bannon. Bannon with a nice hooker. Bannon loves hookers. All right, Chowdy now with the ball. Chowdy taking his time, trying to get through. Look at this, he's going to push the net. Oh, it just fucking dumps a rock. Weagle speeding across the court over to Heather. Heather with a massive slammer, too. We are seeing the most action-packed slams this tournament so far. Chowdy waiting for a setup. Huge dwarf pushing in. Nice. Over to Weagle. The Regal Weagle. And you know, that mullet is regal indeed. Stinge now trying to find an opening. And he manages to get a hook shot. Take it back over to Chowdy. Up the line. Over to Dusty. Dusty, the sky is not falling. But that hook shot is, unfortunately, not into the net. Weagle over to Soren. Nobody was even looking. Soren was there waiting, cherry picking that beautiful shot. Ooh, another nice layup there from Lookin. First of the game. Bannon really working his way in, trying to get one. You can't force it sometimes. You just got to go with it. You got to flow with it. Chowdy versus Weagle. Over to Lookin. Soren trying to get in the way. Unfortunately, not able to. The Eagle man, just Lookin, is too high of a flyer. Weagle to Soren. Soren tries to circle around, but right there, he's blocked again by just Lookin. Still manages to pop one in, though. You got to give him credit for that. Credit where credit is due. We haven't seen Chowdy take any shots yet, but he has been making amazing plays here. Unfortunately, over to Dusty Omelette, unable to score. You see Bannon now weighing his options. Over to Heather. Heather with a three. No good. All right, we have a turnover now. Chowdy trying to get up and over to Lookin. Oh, that hook shot looked a little bit, or the layup looked a little bit late, but it was enough to put just Lookin on fire. Weagle, oh, with another slam of his own. Weagle's first 2 points, and of course, it's a massive slam. And we got Dwarf up here with the skyhook, baby. Those glasses alter your perception. I think you look cute. You look like Chicken Little. All right, Sling Blade. Heather's all over Sling Blade, but it's not going to stop him from getting that hook shot. Are we running out of the clock? 2, 1. Puts up a shot. Oh, and it's no good. It's going to do it for the first half, and we have a tie. 14-14. Battle Breakfast, New World Order. They aren't your prescription. All right, starting off strong. Over to Chowdy. Weagle blocking. Over to Dusty. Dusty gets shut down by John Bannon, and now Weagle has control of the ball. Over to Heather. Heather just fucking elbowing Sling Blade out of the way and launching up a shot. Great technique from her. You know, you really got to love Heather's hustle. She's been in there busting ass, taking names. All right, Weagle over to Heather once again. That's going to be a foul. Yeah, that's a shooting foul. You're not allowed to elbow them in the face, Heather. That might be taking it a bit too far. All right, Chowdy now setting up. Waiting for Huge Dwarf. Circles around, but it's no good. Whoa! Did you see that? Sling Blade with a huge pickup. Weagle taking his time trying to plot something. Oh, unfortunately, it's not going to pay off this time. Up and in. Wow! Looks like we're going to have a timeout called here after that shot. Let's hope we don't see any more fouls. Things do tend to get a little bit drastic here towards the end of the game. Although we have a close match here with 20-18. Stinge really just inching his way in. Manages to get the sky hook. You know, you got to love the tenacity of somebody who's willing to just put in that type of hustle. Now we finally get a 3-shot, but it's not going to be good. Now Weagle gets the turnaround. Over to Soren. Soren again, you know, I'm starting to see a technique here that they're using. They're inching their way in, kind of bullying their way past the defense until they get a nice hook shot. You know, you take them however you can. Just like that, Dwarf with the lay-in of his own. We're now 22-22, tied up. We might see our first overtime of the game. Weagle from the 22-yard mark. 22-foot mark, couldn't quite get it in. Sling Blade over to Lookin, puts it up, and it's good! Weagle to Heather. Heather just smashing people with her elbow. You see that? She launched Sling Blade across the frickin' ring. Across the arena. All right, we have another back and forth battle here. It's just going swimmingly right now for both teams. Surprised we haven't seen more fouls. Dusty Omelette now in control of the ball. Let's see what he plans to do here. He's having some trouble with his depth perception. All right, he moves in. Getting blocked, passes it over to Sling. Sling back to Dusty. Oh, get that shit out of here. Starting to see some great defense here as well from the Battle Breakfast. That's going to be a timeout as we reset. All right, Stinge with the 3-shot. Oh, and it's good. Stinge with the 3. Pushing foul. We're going to turn over here. Chowdy again. Oh, here comes another pushing foul. Weagle, unfortunately, getting a little bit too rambunctious. That's going to definitely not help their cause. Chowdy with another shot. And it's good. That's going to be 30-27 now for Battle Breakfast. Over to Stinge. Oh, Stinge sinks the 3, tying up the game. 9 seconds to go. Will they be able to pull something off, or will the defense actually matter? You've got to be on point if you're going up against Battle Breakfast. You have 5 seconds to prove your worth. New World Order in for a treat here if they can manage it. Weagle better do something strong in the last 3. Oh, keeping it in. Oh, Stinge with the floater to tie it up right at the end. Look at this replay. Man, that's going to be our first overtime. Ladies and gentlemen, 32-32 as we go in to the round 3. Wow, things are definitely getting interesting here. Whoever wins this one wins it all. Starting off nice with Blade floating one in. It's good old Sling Blade over here with 8 points so far this game. Now, somebody got to tell Weagle to take it easy on those pushing fouls. That is not helping the team. And Chowdy pushing us all. Over to Huge Dwarf. Boom, and it's good. Weagle circles around. Waits for an opening. Over to Stinge again. Stinge puts one in, and it's good. That is good. Chowdy over to Lookin. Lookin with the hookin', but it ain't going in. Now Soren's in control, but Huge Dwarf manages to intercept. And now it's over to Chowdy with the layup. Oh, but that's no good. See that? Slingblade try to do an alley-oop there. That was crazy. Stinge, though, working his way in. He's almost blocked by Dusty, but not quite. All right, Chowdy now on the way back. Over to Lookin. Lookin with the layup. And that's going to tie us up again. What an amazing game, ladies and gentlemen. Back and forth action all day. All backdoor action. All right. Oh, look at that. Makes it look easy with a little bit of a shift and sway there. All right, Weagle on return fire now. Down by 2. Soren with a nice hook shot out of nowhere, tying it up again. I have a feeling it's going to come down to the wire this time once again. So we have 20 seconds left in the match. There we go. Timeout Rockford as Chowdy puts up another nice shot. All right, over to Weagle. Weagle counts down the clock a bit. Bannon now. It's your time to shine. Bannon! Sky hooks it in. And we're going to get another timeout. And a reset. Over to Chowdy. Chowdy waiting. Dusty Omelet trying to push in. 5 seconds. Oh, the ball is free! Lookin manages to recover it. Gets the layup. Oh, man. It's 44-42 with 1.7 seconds on the clock. This could be it for Battle Breakfast. Will it go in? Oh, no, it was so close. That would have been the winning shot, but unfortunately, it's going to be ending there with a 44-42 for Battle Breakfast. What an amazing match. Battle Breakfast takes the next bracket.
So beautiful. I am in heaven.
That was a pretty exciting game. Probably the best one so far, I think. All right, up next, we've got BFFs versus the Shitters. Let's go. Sorry about that delay there. I'm having some issues with my my browser. It's not updating the way it should. All right. Anyways, back to it. Best Friends Forever versus the Shitters. Okay, we'll go white versus black. I think that's a bit better, right? Looks good to me. And we got one last spin on the wheel so far for people who had joined. By the way, if you're here and you're watching and you didn't get represented, let me know and I'll add you to the wheel and you get a spin. And any words? Here's Slingblades with a +2. Each team slowly growing in strength, and it's going to be interesting when we get to near the end of the season when everybody's all hyped up and hype fired. All right, here we go. Chicago Best Friends Forever versus the Boulder Shitters. Come on, update, you stupid thing. Sorry guys, I have a little technical difficulty with my browser. Alright, back over to Frosted Fox. Trying to make a play here as Audrey steps up to get in the way. And manages to get blocked, unfortunately, by just Smokin'. Smokin' looks for an opening, but Uds is there. Back over to Huge Asshole with that massive 3. Dunks it like it ain't no thing. Frosted now on the return. Oh, puts one up, but it's not good enough, and Zed's gonna take it. Oh, and misses a slam. How do you miss a slam? That's cray-cray. All right, Smokin' now in control of the ball. Smokin' looking for an opening. Puts one over to Huge Asshole. A wise decision, because look at that. Wise is always right, and that's another 3 points. And the shitters are getting destroyed right now. No, I think Illusionati didn't get one. Thank you. Remind me after the game and I'll get that for him. I'm pretty sure I didn't give him one. Alright, Smokin' now. Over to Bunuds. Bunuds with the hook shot. Oh, and it's good. Audrey stood there. I think she needs to work on her defense a little bit. She's got that amazing offense, but it's always good to have a little bit of well-roundedness in your team. You know, it is 5-on-5. Look at that! Just as I said it, she comes flying in out of nowhere with a massive slam. Bunuds now. Audrey actually doing pretty bad, like a lot better on that defense there. Almost blocked it, not quite. All right, Frosted, you know, he's a playmaker. He's generally trying to set it up, but once he pops that 3 off, you better watch out because he's coming hard into a sock. Smokin' circles around. Frosted just blocking him. Look at Smokin' just running out the shot clock. Manages to bully his way right up to the net and sink a fucking layup. Man, if you're Frosted Fox, you're probably not digging that. Audrey now blocked by Bunuds. Can she get over him? Unfortunately, not going to happen, and now Smokin's got the ball. Smokin' over to Jasshole with a massive dunk out of nowhere. Dunks the rock. All right, Frosted over to Gravitas. Wow, get that shit out of here, says Huge Asshole. Frosted to Audrey. Audrey with another nice hook. Oh, and a return fire dunk. Zed really fucking being clutch here in that last one. The last few seconds. Wow, I tell you, it's not looking good for the shitters right now who are trailing by 10. BFF 17, shitters 7. The halftime show. Kermie, welcome. We'll get you added to the wheel as well. Good to see you. All right, Frosted now working his angles, trying to get around. Smokin' in the way, does not want to let him pass. Over to Audrey for the 2, and it's 21-foot jump shot. Had she been like 1 foot or 2 feet back, that would have been a 3. Smokin' circles around, sets one up for Destructo Girl. Destructo trying to get in there, unfortunately blocked by Chris Rose. Chris Rose pushes forward. Destructo Girl now on defense. Over to Audrey. Audrey with another shot, and it's good! You know, she's been putting up those 21-foot shots like nothing. All right, Smokin' over to Mars. Mars back to Bunuds. Bunuds now versus Audrey. And it's going to be put up, and Mikkel catches the rebound. Look at him, he's going to run it all the way in and slam! Mikkel's just like, no, you know what? Fuck that, I'm going to slam it. Tonight! All right, Bunuds to Smokin'. Smokin' with some fancy footwork and puts one up, but it's not going to be good. Whoa! Destructo Girl with the frickin' assist. Beautiful technique there out of nowhere. This Rose gets one up. Man, this defense just did not have a chance to counter that. the speed and tenacity. We are, however, seeing the shitters start to get a little more proactive here in this second half. Boom! There's another one. BFF securing that lead. Frosted's going to have to do something serious here. Audrey as well. Bunuds is all over her. And it looks like Destructo takes the rebound over to Smokin', who gives it up to Zed, who puts it in. Set him up, knock him down. Do. We make holes in teeth. The Colgate creeps. Destructo Girl walks it right up, slams it in, and says, "Get that shit down in the hole." Destructo Girl stuffing her hole. Hook shot, Frosted. It's going to be a nice one from Mars over to Smokin'. Now, we haven't seen a lot of action from Mars here this game. It's actually good to see Destructo stepping it up, though. That's going to be an out of bounds for the shitters. Smokin' trying to find an opening. Waits for his time. Pushes the key. Back over to Mars. I don't know what Mars was thinking with that one, but now Smokin' is in control, and it goes up. 3. Boom! Huge asshole with another 3-point shot. Audrey versus Bunuds. Bunuds at the block. And now it's off to Mars. 30 seconds to Mars. Here we go. Huge asshole. No, not going to be any good. Frosted picks up a rebound. We're heading downfield again. Shitters trying their best here. Sometimes your best is just not enough as they still trail with 10 points. And unfortunately, that's going to be the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Best Friends Forever win 29-19 for the Boulder Shitters. Great fight or great match. Great game. Whatever you want to call it. It was good shit. So, Best Friends Forever move up in the bracket. Let's get that going. All right, Shecky. Illusionati and Kermie get a spin. All right. This one's for you, Illusionati. +2. And Kermie. Oh, Kermie gets a 4, baby. Looking good, looking good. All right, let's end that poll and start the next one. We're going to have Dirty Mike and the Boys versus Battle Breakfast coming up next. Let's get our votes in for that one. You know, I would say rip Dirty Mike and the Boys, but man, they have shown some interesting turnaround this game, and they've been playing quite impressively from what I've seen so far. We'll see if they can handle taking on the Battle Breakfast, though, because that's going to be a whole other level of energy they're going to need to bring to this fight. I keep saying fight, but I mean game. You know what I mean? Why am I getting... What the... Sorry, guys. My Firefox is shitting itself. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's frickin' rock. The Lexington Dirty Mike and the Boys versus Columbus Battle Breakfast. Ooh, zoomed in edition. Look at this. We get a nice close-up view of Chowdy here. He's got nice little butt cheeks. Look at him go. Clearly he's been working on his glutes. Over to Sully now as we cross. Sully looking for an opening, goes over to Georgia. Georgia being blocked though. Can she put one in? She can! Now we've got Chowdy once again. Working his way up the middle. Over to Lookin. Lookin with the layup. Unfortunately, that's going to be a shot foul. All right. Lookin. Eyes his thing. Lines it up and manages to score a free throw point. That's going to be 2-3 so far. Opie with a shot, and it's good. That's his first 2 of the night. Just looking. Hooks one up, and it's good. Why is it all zoomed in like it's crazy? All right. Having some weird issues anyway. All right, Chowdy now trying to find an opening. Puts one over to Huge Dwarf. Dwarf elbowing Dirty Mike, trying to get in there. Puts a layup off the backboard, but it ain't going in. As Opie now passes it back and forth from Dirty Mike. Sling Blade trying to block. Over to Georgia. Georgia puts one up off of the rim. And now the turnaround. You know, we've seen Chowdy take the turnaround so many times, really trying to set up that shot for Just Looking. And this time it's successful. Just Looking with a sky hook. Sully now eyes it over to Opie. Opie once again trying to get past Sling Blade's defense. And manages to get a hook shot off. You know, I'm impressed. Opie's usually one of the worst players here, but he's been popping them off pretty well today. And definitely MVP so far on the Battle Breakfast has got to be Just Looking. He's been there waiting the whole time just to put those points in, and he's doing great at it. See Sully with the 3 here as Chowdy returns fire and comes back up the court. Hooks around, scoops past. Dirty Mike's there to block though. Huge Dwarf over and back in. Chowdy with another first 2 points this game. Dirty Mike with a fader. Wow. All right, head back over. Sully really trying to block here. Huge Dwarf. Dirty Mike in the way. Dirty Mike now gets the rebound, and look at that footwork on him. He's doing his little twist and shuffle. Over to Tuttle. Tuttle puts one up. Oh, and it's good. That's a 22-foot jumper for Tuttle. Dwarf over to Sling Blade. Sling puts one in. His first 2 of the game. You know, you got to love the point spread this time. It's like almost everybody on the team, on both teams, is getting some action here tonight. Dirty Mike puts another floater in. Dirty Mike loves his floaters. And that's going to bring 17-13 for the halftime for Dirty Mike and the boys. Interesting turn of events. One of the teams that were most likely to not succeed is actually doing well. Color me surprised. All right, Sully looking for an opening, pushes the center, but gets blocked. Nice elbow. Hook shot, no good. And now the ball is in the other court. Sling Blade trying to find an opening. Opie unable to block, and Sling gets that hooker. Sully over to Opie. Sling Blade's all over him. And Sling Blade MVP this game too, man. That amazing defense so far. All right, here we go, Dusty. He's got his glasses off. I think he's wearing his contacts for this game. Wow, Georgia is quick with it. Oh, nice block there from Lookin. Tuttle! No good. We're back again with Chowdy. Over to Sling Blade. Sling Blade with a massive fader, but not able to get it in. And now Sully with the ball. Look at the speed boost on Sully. Over to Dirty Mike. Man, it is getting rough out here as we hit a timeout, our first of the game. Chowdy circles around. Sully's all over him. But here comes Dusty with the 3! Oh, it's bouncing everywhere. Unfortunately, Sully's going to be able to pick that up. Return fire now. Over to Dirty Mike. Back to Minjut. Minjut with the 3-point. Off of the rim. And it's back on to Dusty. Nice hook shot there. Chowdy, go sit down. Go on. Carlito, go. Good boy, sit down. Fucking with me. Sully, oh no! Oh, shooting foul. You see that shot? That was crazy. All right. Can Sully pull it off, or will the stress be too much? Sully manages to get it in there, and that's going to be 6 points this game so far for Sully. Da, 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 da. Ooh, Chowdy with a nice layup. All right, Opie McGruff trying to find an opening. Sling Blade all over him. You know, Sling Blade's been blocking Opie almost all game. Opie must be frustrated. Huge door for control of the ball now. Over to Dusty. Dusty puts one in. Makes it look easy with the 21-foot jumper. Sully hoops around. Backs it up. Over to Tuttle! Oh! Tuttle shuttle taking off, departing into the net for another nice 3. All right, Chowdy with another shot. Booyah! We go over to Dirty Mike. Oh, what's that, a pushing foul? Tuttle under pressure. Oh, unfortunately, he does not do well under pressure. Can he sink the second shot? He can! Tuttle overcoming a little bit of that stress, cortisol. Ooh, Opie manages to pick that up, and look at him go! Oh, and we're hitting another foul. We're getting fouls left and right here. You can tell that Battle Breakfast is getting, they're taking no shit this game. Of course, don't give it to Opie because he's never going to get the frickin' the layup. Opie is not a free throw kind of guy, you know? That's going to be an out of bounds for Dirty Mike and the boys. Oh, and there's another 3, 27-28. This could be it. Oh, look at that. 1 point difference right at the end. Could have been either way, but that's going to be Dirty Mike and the boys taking the victory just barely by the skin of their teeth. All right, we are in the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Best friends forever versus Dirty Mike and the boys. The team I thought was going to guaranteed lose may surprise us and actually win. Let's get our votes in and see what we got. All right. So far, so fun. I'm enjoying it. Do we have any more spins? Nope, we are done with spins unless anybody donates, so we're good there. And we can get straight into the next one. All right, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, best friends forever, Dirty Mike and the boys. Here we go, Lexington versus Chicago. We are back to our normal size matchup here. Here we go. Huge asshole with a 3, making it look easy right off the rip. You know, I'm really liking this Best Friends Forever basketball court too. The white key is very cool. Like that. All right, Smoking with the turnover. Heading straight down now. Looking for an opening. Mars getting in the way. Sully trying to block. Back over to Hugh. Hugh back to Smoking. Shot clock running out. Is Hugh going to take the shot? No, he's going back over to Smoking. Nobody... You're going to... Wow, that's about as close as you can get to a shooting foul because of the clock. Tuttle versus Destructo Girl. Destructo tries to block him, but Tuttle gets a hook shot in. Now we have Smoking in control of the ball. Smoking to Mars. Whoa, Mars elbowing frickin' Opie across the frickin' court and gets the shot. Mean Jude over to Dirty Mike with a 14-foot jumper. All right, Smoking, eyeing up over to Destructo Girl. All right, now we're heading back down the other way. Sully getting blocked by Smoking. Over to Tuttle. Tuttle just pushing his way. Tuttle's just freaking elbowing his way to victory here with another shot. I don't think we've ever seen Tuttle play this aggressively before. Whoa! Smoking with a little spin around maneuver and a slam dunk. Beautiful. That's a true athlete right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Peach with her first 2 points of the game. Making it look easy. Smoking to Mars. Mars with a slammer. All right, Sully, what are you going to do? Sully to Georgia. Georgia with the 3. Oh, it's no good. Benuds picks up the rebound. Now we have a chance at victory. Mars with a 3. No good. Ujasol with a beautiful slam dunk from behind the head. Frickin' awesome. It looks like we're going to sub out, and Carlos Pop is going to be in the game here. Wait, who did we sit out? We sat out Georgia for Carlos? Really? All right, we'll see how Carlito can do. Yeah, we're going to talk about you, Chino. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, you're in the game now. Oh, yes, you're a cutie pump. Running out of time. It's 14-8 for PFF. If you look at that in the first half, so far Chicago is fucking whooping Lexington 14-8. As we cross into the second half of the game, will Dirty Mike and the boys finally be shut down? Or will the Best Friends Forever be looking at a loss here? It's hard to say, but they are commanding quite a decent lead at the moment. Carlos chewing on his little speaker. All right, Mars looking for an opening. He just walks it right in it. Slam dunks the rock. Takes it in there. That's going to be 16-8 so far. Dirty Mike and the boys losing by 8 points right now. Not looking good by Carlos. Wow, super pup. With a nice slam dunk. Carlito. Yeah, you're a winning pup. He's making his little Chewbacca sounds. It's starting to look like BFFs are going to be taking home the championship. Woo! Tuttle with a slam, though. Anything can happen. We still have 2 minutes to go, and they're only down by 4. So, you see Destructo Girl. Bam! Fucking dunking it in. Destructo Girl's really been putting in a lot of effort, a lot of hustle this game, and it's great to see. You know, she was underutilized in the last season, and I think the last tournament. I think she's really making up for it this time. All right, and we're subbing Carlos back out for Peach. She's had a moment to rest. We'll see if she's going to be able to put up some threes here. Or do something good on offense. This Destructo Girl here stepping up, really securing victory here now. 6 points down are the Dirty Mike and the boys. Georgia Peach with a massive slam from way across the net. One of the best to ever do it. I'm surprised that they subbed her out for Carlos, but here we are. Bunuds with a slam of his own. Wow. Bunuds, man. Stepping up. All right, Sully needs to do something quick. Georgia, we need these threes. Woo! It's a 22-foot jumper. Not going to be a three-point shot, though. All right, just smoking. Over to Destructo Girl. Destructo puts one up, but it's no good. Man, scramble. Over to Smoking. Smoking to Bunuds. And Bunuds lays it in. 24 to 18 so far. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute to go with tonight's matchup. Sully with a fading three shot. Oh, it's going to go off and into the audience. One of the lucky audience members gets to keep the game ball, I'm guessing. All right, Smoking now. Really running down the clock. I don't know what his strategy is here, but you need to make something happen soon. Oh, the alley-oop for Bunuds. Wow. That was insane. I love that. All right, Sully trying to work an angle here, but Smoking is all over him. Damn. Smoking's doing freaking amazing this game. Smoking to Destructo Girl. Tuttle trying to block. Destructo still puts a sky hook in. Down by 10 points. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not looking good here with 20 seconds to go in the match. You know, if you're Dirty Mike and the boys, you've got to be pulling out a miracle at this point. You need to get it in there. Don't let him keep slamming. You gotta get some threes. That's the only way. Sully going in. You know, it's a beautiful slam dunk, but you need to get those points. 10 points behind, 4 seconds. It's not going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's looking like this is going to be a closeout victory for the Best Friends Forever. Just Smoking, player of the game. Fucking pogging out of control, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this matchup. The winner of the tournament, Best Friends Forever! Yay! BFFs take the victory. They are the champions. No time for losers. 'Cause Battle Breakfast couldn't even handle them. Best Friends Forever took the victory. Now, some may say it's half full, some may say it's half empty, but I just say this cup is filled with piss. Thank you guys for joining another Tournament Tuesday. I hope you had fun. These are quick little tournament stuff, but we might be doing a little more streaming, some GTA later. If you guys are into that, you can come join me. Perhaps Dirty Mike and Sully, we'll see. But for now, I'm going to let you guys go and say thank you for joining, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Wait, Huge Asshole, you showed up right at the end, bro. You missed out. And you are in the Best Friends Forever, so you did win the cup, buddy. You actually had, you were on fire most of the game. In fact, I'm going to give you guys all on that team a free spin. And Huge Asshole, you can have a spin as well. This one's for you, Huge Arsehole. Ooh, +2. And then, yeah, we'll do Destructo Girl. Good luck on your winning spin. There's another 2 for Destructo. Wait, who was on the... Hang on. I'm trying to remember all your players. My brain ain't working right. There we go. Bunuds, Destructo Girl, Huge Asshole, Mars, and Smokin'. Dude, Smokin' was MVP this game as well. Let's get Bunuds a spin. Good luck, Bunuds. Ooh, Bunuds with a +4. We've done Destructo. So, Hugh, Mars, and Smokin'. This one's for you, Hugh. It's another 2. Mars, +5. And of course, Smokin' with a +1. The locker room just isn't big enough for me and just Smokin's egos. You know, it'd be funny if we could do like a one-on-one and have you guys like do a shoot-off or something. I wish there was more modes to this, but kind of get what you get and you don't get upset type of deal. I still have Illusionati with the player card and Hugh as well that I'll get done at some point. I'm also working on editing the video for Fight Night intro again. It's been giving me some trouble here, but we do have some new footage. So hopefully look forward to that next week. Please trade me for a number 69 draft pick and a player to be gay later. I don't know who owns the +69 or the number 69, but I'm pretty sure someone does. Might be Opie. If you get traded for Opie, then that's going to be real bad for Best Friends Forever. It'll be good for Dirty Mike and the boys, though, who almost, they almost pulled it out. It was close. Look, they made it second. They didn't quite get it. It's an unfortunate thing, unfortunate way. Anyways, Hugh, I think your character should be jacked to the tits anyways, or at least he's close. Let's have a look. Yeah, you only have 24 points remaining, and all your stats right now are looking great. You're a guard forward, so, I would say... Man, the dribbling and passing, though, I think these ones you could definitely work on, but your 3-point shot, man, it's been killing it. You should never pull out. We don't want Opie. Yeah, nobody wants Opie as their best friend forever. That's he's not a great friend. Let's just say that much. Oh, wait, who's here for the skills? Hang on. I owe someone skills. Hugh, actually, you have a 1 point for skills here. If you want, I can add you a skill point. So, highlight reel, decreased stamina used for dunks. That could be good. That only costs 1. You already have this 1.1 here, but you could get spark plug. That only counts as 1 as well. Catch fire when entering the game for the first time and from the bench. Dimer, increased teammate shot accuracy after a pass. This one seems really good. If I was you, I'd probably pick that one, Hugh. And clamps. You can increase shot contest strength, which is probably good. But keep in mind, you can stockpile your points. So instead of just spending 1, you might wait till you have 2, and then you'll be able to, get some of these other... There are so many skills here to help your guys' characters, so don't be scared to spend them. You want Dimer? All right. Boom! Equipped. There it is. Dimer and Spot Up. So you're looking pretty good now. You have 9 points remaining that you can spend when you earn them on the wheel or whatever. So now I can take you off this. And I'm not sure if Tyler Irk wanted to do anything with his points or not, but I guess we'll wait till the next time he comes in. Unless Illusionati wants to take care of that for him. I don't know if you guys talk or whatever, but he's been in here before, hasn't he? I'm pretty sure he has. Anyways, we're about to shut her down because the tournament is over. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned a little bit later. We'll probably do some, like I said, some GTA or something. And I got a ton of editing to do today as well. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.